So at this time, any new business that anyone would like to come up and make a comment?
Cheryl Bass, 289 Main Street. East Brunswick is holding also their town council meeting tonight, but I can't be two places at once. The Summer Hill Road and Old Stage Road overdevelopment project needs to be overturned. I want to...
I think you're at the wrong meeting if you
Yeah,
like to see
well,
that happen.
I am telling you first because you're the elected representatives. I'm not elected, but I will be going to their meeting next time. I want to see the precedent whereby a development came into a town and at the same point of time, the mayor of that town was denied attendance at the planning board meetings, which shows that only the ruling judge in the case and the developer are the deciding parties. The public, which came to many meetings, came up to the microphone, all of the input that was there by testimony, by expert witnesses, by people in the know, the township of East Brunswick, the township of Spotswood, the people involved. But the mayor of East Brunswick was denied attendance by a judge.
Well, once again, Cheryl, this is an East Brunswick issue. I was at the meeting with you. I testified at the meetings. Unfortunately, even at the time when I was testifying, I felt that there was really nothing we could do by that point. So, but I honestly think you might have picked the wrong meeting tonight. You should have been in East Brunswick tonight if that's the case. I mean, you can...
Why I came to this meeting tonight is so that you would be aware when I go to the meeting in East Brunswick what I'm going to speak about. I found in the law journals, the law dictionary, stare decisis, to stand by things decided, a policy of law that requires courts to abide by laws and precedents previously laid down as applicable to a similar set of facts. So I will be asking for that overdevelopment, as I call it, to be overturned because the mayor of that town of East Brunswick was denied attendance. I want to see where there is a precedent that a township's mayor was denied attendance at the meetings, multiple meetings, public allowed to come to the microphone and ask questions, and it was a deciding judge who laid down the specifications. All the volunteers at the planning board meeting said they had to go by the guideline of this judge. That's a material fact. You give that to us at the beginning of the meetings, not at the end. It only gave an excuse to the volunteers to say, although I am against it, because of the judge's guideline, I have to vote in a certain manner. So this way you are aware of what I will be talking about at the East Brunswick.
Well, thank you for going and still fighting for this, and I hope that you get somewhere and you can stop.
Well, here, CVS will be in East Brunswick. We have fought to make sure that ShopRite Pharmacy, right across the street, will not be selling marijuana. All you have to do is go diagonally across the street to get marijuana.
CVS.
At the CVS. It's in East Brunswick.
They sell marijuana in CVS?
All right,
The
Cheryl.
state of New Jersey.
Wow. Yeah. So you guys should go there.
Anyone else from the public? Steve, this is...
Sure. Steve Ronco. So last council meeting, I asked about Dawn being here and her going to the closed session meeting, and you said that she was a guest. Why is a guest being paid? How come we're not being paid too?
Get at these meetings.
Yes, she's being paid to be at the meetings. I got her payroll invoices. So she's being paid when she's here. She's not a guest.
She's in comp time, I believe is how it works, so she,
No. And according to the paperwork I got, she got paid to be here.
okay, so I'd like to see that then, please.
Well, I did an Oprah request for it, so I
Okay.
could probably forward it to you.
No, I can, they have.
So, also last meeting, and I know I didn't send it to you, but you guys asked me for $1,267 for the one Oprah request. So, July 8th, I sent you an email saying that you can't charge me $1,267 for the paperwork, so please send the paperwork immediately. I still don't have it. Why is that? I mean, I brought it up at last council meeting, and I still don't have it.
So, and I know we discussed a few items that you had
Mhm.
problems with, Steve, and I asked you for an email or to get.
Yes, I didn't do that, but I did tell you that there's emails, so you can certainly get the email from her.
So I'll need to look into what you're looking for, Steve. I don't know.
It's right here. I'll bring it up to you.
Is this your copy or can
No,
I?
you can have it. I got the original email. I already sent it to my attorney for a lawsuit. I mean, why are we ignoring the law, counsel? Why are we ignoring the law? Public records law.
I'm not at all familiar with the,
You can't charge anybody any fees at all.
well, let me look at the, Charlie, you can,
Yeah.
All right, why don't you forward it over to him so we can take a look at it, and let's address it right now.
This is for a copy of the tort claim?
Well, I certainly want the tort claim, but I asked for, I believe it was emails, and they said it was $1,267, and you can't charge anybody a dime. That's the law. And also for that tort claim, they quoted a PAC decision, and that PAC decision had nothing to do with that, it had to do with personnel records. And this has nothing to do with, the tort claim has nothing to do with personnel records. That's a public record. So take a look at the paperwork. Why am I not getting my paperwork?
I'll answer that now, I'll look it over. and-
Yeah,
You have the paperwork right in front of you. What's the big deal?
there might be other things that we have to look into, Steve, so we'll look into it and we'll get you an answer.
There's nothing.
But you can't charge anybody.
Check and I'll talk to the council president tomorrow.
Well, you can't charge anybody for service fees or any of
First,
that.
this is brought to my attention.
But that's your email that you sent to me.
Steve, I'll get you an answer.
I'd like an answer now.
No, it is.
I mean, he's here right now. Why can't we answer a legal question?
We need to look into it.
This is the first time this has been called to my attention. I have
Hey,
absolutely no idea what's happening.
Then somebody's forging your stuff because you're in there.
What?
Somebody's forging, speaking to the mic, somebody's forging them your information.
Steve,
Sir, treat me with courtesy and I will act accordingly, okay?
You'll act accordingly as a public official.
Treat me with courtesy as you would any other human being, and I will act accordingly. If you
Can you just
treat
answer
me
the
in a
question?
discourteous manner, I will act accordingly also. As I indicated, I am the attorney. for
The microphone is there.
I will look
Please
over.
use it.
I will look it over, and I will talk to the council president tomorrow.
But you're claiming you have no idea about it, so then they're sending out emails with your legal interpretations of the law without your knowledge. That's really concerning.
Steve, we'll read everything over and I'll get you an answer.
Well, I'd like for him to answer it now.
Council would like to.
His name is on those documents. If you read the Vaughan Index, your name's all over it. I mean, did you read the Vaughan Index? Did you put that together?
Steve, we'll get you an answer for tomorrow.
I'm asking him now,
And tomorrow you'll have an answer.
so I can't get an answer.
Not tonight,
Why?
because we need to look into it and we'll have an answer tomorrow.
Well, here's a question. Can you charge anybody for service fees?
There are copy fees, etc., with Oprah that are legitimate.
And where's the ordinance that says that you can charge?
That's state statute.
No, you have to do an ordinance. Read the law.
Because the state statute does allow the municipality.
Yeah, if you have an ordinance. You don't have an ordinance. You can't charge anybody anything.
Again, I do not, just so you understand, sir, I do not do Oprah requests. That falls within the clerk. Whatever information was sent to you, what came from the clerk's office, it may have been copies of communications from me, but it did not come from me.
I didn't say you emailed it.
What do you say?
I didn't say you emailed it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll talk to the council.
I didn't say you physically emailed it. I said that your information is in there as giving guidance on how to deal with my Oprah request.
Steve,
That's not the case, then there's a serious issue here.
I'll have an
No
answer.
idea what you're talking about. Let me research it, and I will find, and I will.
The email's right in front of you.
Steve, please.
No, please, let's get an answer.
Tomorrow you'll have an answer. I will call you personally tomorrow.
So he just misquoted the law, saying that they can charge. You can't charge unless you have an ordinance. You don't have an ordinance here to be able to charge anybody a penny. So I already sent it to my attorney, Colin Bell, and he's pretty damn quick, so we should have a lawsuit tomorrow. And my original date of that request was May. So you have no idea about nothing that goes on in the town, but they're using your name to do Vaughn indexes
Steve,
and quote everything. But I can still talk. What are you trying to stop me from
I'm
talking?
not trying to stop you. Do you have something else that you'd like?
No, I'm continuing on this. This is my time. You know, this is my soapbox, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, May 17th approximately was the date of the request. I've sent you numerous emails asking for that paperwork. You guys ignored them. What's going on in this town? And now your counsel's telling me that he doesn't look at Oprah requests. He doesn't do anything with them. So people are, who's looking up the statutes? Who's looking up all the Vaughn indexes to quote different court cases? Are you doing that?
I'm getting advised by all of the attorneys, so.
Well, the attorney says he doesn't do it, so I guess we're talking to the wall because he doesn't look into it. And he has no clue that you can't even charge because there's no ordinance in town saying that you could charge. And I believe that the
Steve,
Vaughn
I'm
index
not-
is incorrect.
And I'm not cutting you off, but I specifically asked you if you can get me all this information after the last meeting so I can help you and we can look into all this.
I said I agreed, I didn't
So-
send it to you.
but that
But
would
as
help
council
us.
president, I sent it to them. So that's the
But
government,
I'm
you can
not-
get to them.
I'm not involved with every Oprah request, Steve. I don't
Right.
see every Oprah request that comes across the table.
But it's my specific one, you could have said, hey, can you send me the emails from Mr.
And
Ronco?
that's why I asked to sit down with you, so I had the list of all of them that you have complaints about, which I know there's a few.
Right,
And
well,
I asked you to send
but
them.
you could have went right to them, and that's exactly what I said to you when you asked for them. I said, I'll send them to you, and I didn't send them, I agree with you. But you could certainly have went to the town and say, what's the correspondence between Steve and the town? Right? That's your due diligence too.
So,
'Cause
you're absolutely right.
You're certainly aware that I had an issue.
In my defense, Steve, when I didn't hear from you, I thought that maybe it was taken care of.
I sent it to the attorney, because he'll have it tomorrow, you know.
But what I'm saying is, when I didn't hear back from you with the complaints that you talked about, I kind of, which I'm sorry I did, but I assumed that they were taken care of because I didn't hear from you that there was something.
I wish it was taken care of, I mean, it was ignored.
And I wish that we got together before.
I agree with you, but I mean, we didn't, and you know, it's partially my fault, but at the same time, I want the paperwork. What are we hiding?
So now that I know that the issues are still outstanding, I will look into it. Before you leave tonight, can we please sit down and you let me know so we don't have.
I just gave them to you.
That's everything right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I have
But
it
it's
now.
already sent to my attorney, I sent it before I left.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't drop the ball.
You didn't send it to him, you dropped the ball.
No problem, I'll just do it. Sounds good.
Yeah, why not?
Good. Okay. Oh, and please speak into the mic.
Hi, good evening. Suzanne Kransky, 1 Maiden Lane. My new business is not as exciting, but I wanted to see if the council could possibly send someone out to take a look at Maiden Lane. I know that you've been looking at different streets, and I've been living there 18 years in November, and it's in pretty bad shape, like really bad. I took pictures with my phone, but I figure if somebody, if somebody can stop by and whenever, take a look.
We'll definitely get out. Can you please add that to the?
Yeah, I'll
Chair,
add it
add it to our list, and we'll be out there to take a look.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Frank.
Frank Addition, 41 Kane Avenue in Spotswood. I believe most of the residents received a letter from the mayor identifying some subjects that we would hopefully will be discussing tonight. I want to go over a couple of those. First of all, about putting in a new well in operation. It's a costly project. What's costly? That could be wide open number. Any ideas what that's going to
You know the number off the...
I don't know what the number is off the top of my head. I know that's something that Bruce is handling, but that's a number that we can get for the council.
Jose, or John, because that was discussed before.
That,
Larry and I, the numbers were anyway.
yeah, that was about 1.5, could be more. That's to put George Street back up online.
The package.
Right, and that was
Package
to,
plan.
Yeah.
that was also to make the well
And
bigger, so we
make
can
it
get,
bigger and everything.
right, to get away from, so Spotswood can produce more water to get away from the whole East Brunswick, buying water from them, if we make our infrastructure better.
Well, that's the second part of this I was going to say. This time, they're going to save some money. Don't they know how much money they're going to save? They've been paying East Brunswick for a long time.
They really.
So you don't know the cost, you don't know the savings. How can you vote on something like that? Well, you only have half the information. You don't have all the information.
One thing is that if we use more than the amount that East Brunswick gives us, okay, they charge us more. And also by the state sent us a letter that we have to turn around and do some water management deal. Because we got buildings that are being built and everything. So, and again, we need to have water. So we have to put George Street back up online. George Street should have been put back in line back then.
All right.
But
It
again,
says financing source. What is the financing source for this project?
I don't have, does anyone have a copy of the letter? You don't have a copy, do you? No, this was the letter from the mayor that went out?
Yeah.
It came in our,
There's no,
Came in your tax bill.
Came in your tax bill.
there's no numbers in here. And these projects are going to be costly projects. There's no doubt about it. And I'm saying, listen, how can you vote on something if you don't know what the cost is? You don't know what the savings are going to be?
if anything's being voted on, you have all those numbers. I'm not sure what
We
the
do have
mayor,
those numbers?
I don't have them in front of me, Frank, but I don't even, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't even read the mayor's letter. I didn't see it.
But you have those, you say you have those numbers?
I don't,
I read it to you.
I think
oh, there you go.
I gave this 2 months ago.
Inside
They brought up-
No, in English.
I know about the letters that we issued to have the cost estimates in them. I just don't have that.
That's what I'm saying, we don't have it in front of us now.
Right.
Because we've only been working on this project for how many years? And we don't have any numbers. You know, all boils down to numbers. I'm gonna be affected, I know.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying it's not a good project. I think it should have been done a long time ago. And I not know that we're coming close to it. I think we should nail it down. So we're going to keep dragging it on and on and on.
I don't have any, one of the reasons why it's being dragged on is because we're dealing with the state and the DEP and the EPA. We had to go for them for permits to make our wells bigger and a bigger infrastructure. And as soon as we walked in, they looked at us, and I'm not speaking for the mayor, this is what I heard, that they had said, because I was at the meeting, you're looking at probably a year before you get the permits back.
Oh,
Say that again, please, Charlie.
You're looking at probably a year before the permits are even given back to us.
Okay.
So it's not, the ball's rolling slowly, but it's not rolling slowly because of us per se. So it's more red tape with
Yeah, I know.
these agencies.
I'm not trying to point the finger at you guys.
Right.
I'm saying, yeah, how can you make a decision? You know, we're talking big bucks here.
Well, when the
Not
decision,
nickel and dime stuff.
I'm sure when the decision was made, it was, the numbers were in front of whoever made that
I don't
decision.
know about that.
That was during budget. It was in there in the
It
budget.
was in our budget this year, but I don't know if those numbers together prior.
That was some time ago, and I'm sure those numbers have changed since then, right? You don't have to go,
No, I
don't do it
can't,
now. I'm just saying, the longer we wait, the more it's gonna cost us.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm saying, let's get the ball going. You know what you wanna do, let's do it. Let's put the pressure on whoever we have to do with that. There's another item in that letter that I'd like to address. This was the purchasing of the home on 474 Main Street. To be used for determined later. Now say here again, why later? What is it gonna be? What are you gonna use that home for? It's gonna cost you money to buy that, and we don't know what we're gonna use it for?
Well, we felt that it'd be nice to take that property and destroy the home, because it's not livable, and just to clear that land and have it, in case a business wants to come in and purchase it from us, or if the town needs to use it for anything, but we thought that it'd be a good piece of property to own as the borough for future use, whatever that use may be, or
Yeah, for what?
for future use, for whatever, either for the borough,
Yeah.
or I know there's a lot of rumors going around about a new fire department going there, or water, we don't know. But it could be just an investment for the town. Somebody, a business can come in and put something on.
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to see that building go because it's doing absolutely nothing.
Right,
Just by making our Main Street look terrible.
right.
But you gotta work on, it, you gotta push this thing, I don't know whose responsibility, but I'm just throwing out, you know, the council and the mayor, you have to sit down and get these numbers down.
When all these decisions were made, Frank, the numbers were in front of us. They might not be in the mayor's letter,
Yeah,
but you don't make a decision without seeing what it's gonna cost and the impact.
I know it, and that's why I'm throwing you, you're asking us to, you know, discuss this, and I'm saying, where's the numbers? I don't see any numbers. And you say you have them.
I don't know.
don't challenge that, Charlie, I'm sure you have the numbers somewhere.
Right.
You've only been working on this 4 or 5 years.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, the mayor's letter, I think's intent was just to show or to inform the residents of what's going on in the town. I don't, like I said, Denise said that she read it to me, unfortunately I don't remember.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she didn't, because I forget a lot of things she tells me, you can ask her. But-
I think, I mean, he raised a problem here, with a problem we've had for a long time. And I'm saying now you're throwing the ball in your court. Let's do something about it. You know, let's knock it down, pin it down. Let's do something.
Well, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. But we don't know what it's gonna cost.
Well, right now, we had a cost on that when we said that we would do it. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, would I be wrong in saying those costs are probably not valid anymore?
No, for that home, that's a recent thing that we just looked into, so those numbers I'm sure are valid.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to quote you the wrong number, Frank, I don't
That's
know.
all right. Yeah. I wasn't looking for the number, I'm just saying, yeah, I don't make the decision, you can make the decision, but I'm saying, in order to make the decision, you gotta have the facts.
No, we have, trust me, we do our research before we do anything.
I hope so. Thank you.
Yep.